Hey, welcome to my channel. My name's Sarah. I did a few readings yesterday to start us off, just to get a feel for how this whole thing works. I'm still learning YouTube, so sorry, have patience with me. I have no idea about timestamps or anything like that, but I'll work on it. So yesterday, I got a little perk from Aries and Sagittarius, so I think I'm going to try to do some fire signs today. See if we can help out and work us through this lovely transit of the new moon eclipse in Scorpio, and with Mars going retrograde, I think Aries could definitely use a reading. So let's get into it. I am going to probably go with the Black Tarot. Just to, I'm Scorpio Stellium. I want to dig deep. Let's figure out what's going on with Aries and what we can do to help. Half the deck just fell out. I don't think that's the message. Oh, this one's. So this is the Page of Swords reversed. So this is the Black Tarot. I know it's kind of difficult. Not really difficult to see, but there's a lot of black in the card. So this is telling me maybe like a little bit of mental stagnation, or you don't feel like your communication is getting through to someone or a group of people. Something about communication is being a little teeny tiny bit skewed for you, and we'll figure out why that is. Okay, I'm going to try to do a few more cards so I can get the big picture and see how it all ties together. What do we have for Aries today? What does Aries need to know? Okay, there we go. So the Ace of Wands, there it is. You want to use your Mars energy. You want to use that hot heat to move yourself forward, and you're getting frustrated because you got Judgment here, and then you've got the Hangman in reverse. So you're not getting your thoughts, feelings, whatever, conveyed, or they're not being received in a peaceful manner, and you're getting a little hot, and you're gonna keep trying with this Ace of Wands here. You're gonna keep going. It's just getting a little ticked about it. So you're trying, you're whipping your expert energy out, which is heat and fire, and seeing where it gets you. And you're making judgments about what's going on right now. You're assessing the situation. You're trying to make sense of all this chaos. You got heat and desire, right? You want to move forward, but your ruling planet is now in retrograde. So this means you're just going to have to deal with the stagnation, because there's something here that you need to learn from and make a judgment call on before you can proceed with what's really going on. Okay, so and then the final card here is the Judgment, or the Judgment is now coming to a different perspective, right? The Hangman. You can really see that. Oh man, I might have to whip out the big dog for this later. Okay, I just got a new little thing. It's called a laptop, Sarah. Technologically not inclined. Anyway, this Judgment is giving you a new perspective, right? So you're using your better judgment. You're harnessing your desire and going, okay, my communication's not making it. What do I need to do differently? Okay, and it's just a different perspective. It's the Hangman upside down, and you gotta wait. Your planet's in retrograde, so it's learn what you can through this, right? It's asking you to stop and smell the roses or the wands that are on fire. Because maybe something does need to burn away, right? Maybe something is blocking your situation from progressing forward in the best way possible. And now let's go to we're gonna ask about the Page of Swords in reverse. This is, oh, that was the Black Tarot. This is the Lepus. The Lepus deck, which is bunnies. I call it my little demon bunny deck. So let's see what's up with this Page of Swords. Can we get some clarification on that? Do we need to know any more other than the communication? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Eight of Wands. I like how they got the candle on the head. Yeah. I don't know if you're doing it to yourself or if someone's doing it to you, but something is in your brain or on your brain, and it's at least shedding some light on what's going on, right? But those of you who are into esoterics and how do I say this delicately? Have looked at all aspects of life, if you will, and kind of understand how things work on several different layers. You're either conning yourself right now, or someone's trying to con you into a certain idea or perception, and it's making you angry. At the same time, there's a release here. There's something, it's getting illuminated, but there's also like I think you might be finding new ways of doing things, new ways of letting energy out, new perspectives on how to proceed with whatever this is that's coming in and giving you this energy of not necessarily mind control, but like maybe mind hindrance, right? Because the page is in reverse here. The Page of Swords is in reverse. So trying to understand that, we do have obstacles. Everybody has obstacles. We're supposed to have obstacles. That's how we learn and grow. The idea behind this moving forward is that we don't take it to the traumatic place, that we just experience it, learn from it, understand it, and put it in its rightful place rather than carrying it with us when we don't really need to carry it with us. We don't have to do it, right? We don't need to carry that mental thing. So maybe let that burn away so you can understand what you're supposed to be doing moving forward. And so this might take a little bit of time. It's kind of what I'm getting here. Which is weird because that would be the reversal. That's just what I'm getting. It's gonna be a hot minute. It's gonna be a hot minute. Okay, let's clarify the Judgment. What does Aries need to know about the Judgment card? Okay, yeah, you're gonna make the discernment. I like that word better than judgment. You're gonna make the discernment to move to safer waters. Move to a place where, you can find security. Move to a place where, and this doesn't have to be a physical move, right? This can be an internal transformation, a different view on life from inside, not necessarily outside. And sometimes my Mars is in Capricorn, so I really like to, when I transform myself, I like to transform the environment I live in, because that's kind of how that energy needs to play out for me. So it kind of depends on your situation, internal or external. There's movement, but it's slow. It's a slow process, and I feel like it's more internal, which could very well turn out to be something external, but I think the internal always has to happen first, and then the external comes into existence, right? Yeah. There's the Page of Swords in the upright next to the Hangman. So eventually it's going to come full circle, and you're going to see the pattern that you were not achieving your communication goals correctly. You weren't conveying what was on your mind in a way that people understood. and maybe you weren't getting messages in a way that you could understand. So now we've got the Hanged Man, different perspective, and the Page of Swords. So I think this is just going to take a hot minute before this really plays out in a way that is comprehensible to both sides. And I'm feeling like if you just keep the flame lit, right? Keep that desire there, keep it hot. But don't, no need to strike anybody with it, right? Keep it sovereign is what I'm getting. Sovereignty here. Personal responsibility for how you feel, how your thoughts and words kind of come together in a way that is in the highest good of everyone, not just a straight and narrow cut to what you perceive to be as your truth, right? It's important to speak your truth, but in a way that's more respectful of others, and understanding that, we're all an ecosystem and we're not supposed to see everything the exact same way. And that just because someone is confused or befuddled by your approach to things or the way you do things or how you communicate doesn't necessarily make you wrong, and it doesn't necessarily make them wrong. It just means you have this different perspective that needs some discernment and judgment and moving to safer areas in your mind, heart, and soul. Just move to safer areas. Instead of, demonizing everything, just move to safer spaces. It's totally doable, but you got to do the inner work. Okay? Anything else? Okay. I am going to grab this guy. So this is not an oracle deck. This is Dreams of Gaia, which is right up here. Probably can't see it. This is like probably one of my favorite decks. So Dreams of Gaia tarot. It is a whole tarot deck, but she really elaborates on the major arcana and kind of adds her own taste to it, if you will. So I took all the major arcanas out of the deck because that's what Spirit told me to do. And so we're just going to call on that real quick and see what the universe has. And this is not going to be my favorite part of the video because these usually come with a novel. Okay, go. Wisdom 10. Like I said, it is a typical tarot deck in the other aspect, but her major arcana is definitely way transformative. It's different. Okay, so it kind of looks like the Hermit, right? With the lantern and his cloak and his staff. And he looks like he's in a cave. Okay. And this kind of is the journey of wisdom, right? Going inside, quote unquote, your cave, and understanding that when we can just shut down for a little bit and maybe shut the world out just for a little bit, and go inside and experience life through just our own perspective, just our own eyes, and really understand what it means to form that connection with self, spirit, whatever you want to call it. Your higher self, your internal flame, your divine spark, I want to say. Anything that has to do with you pairing with yourself, that Two of Cups energy that I was talking about yesterday. It's a bonding with self. And in the age of narcissism, I know a lot of people are terrified to do that. And it's kind of sad because it's the ones that really kind of need to. They kind of need to go. They need that inner world strength to make it through this one. There's a lot of light workers out there that are just kind of like I was, stagnant, learning stuff, but like in hermit mode. So I think this is saying a lot of Aries. You guys are really powerful creatures. You can make mountains move. That's Aries fire though. They're the seeds of the zodiac, right? They'll get you hot and they'll sprout. Very transformative creatures. So I think this is calling us out because Mars is one of my ruling energies. But Aries is that. Aries is the internal spark at their kind of essence, because they are the seed that germinates so the tree can grow, right? So the zodiac is not just this planet's over here, that planet's over there, the sign is doing this and transiting through that. It's not just that. It's a whole cyclic story of the seed being planted and growing and whatnot. And I won't get into all that there. But like you can totally find another YouTuber that's really good at telling that type of story. But for right now, I think we're going to look this up in the book. I thought about like pulling the cards first, but then I was like, no, because then people will think that I cheated or something. So here we go. Wisdom. Key phrases. You are here to become wise. Knowledge does not make you wise. Wisdom is learning from one's mistakes. Apply knowledge, logic, and common sense. Learn from more than just books. Seek out your elders. Time to break a cycle. Wisdom is understanding. Wisdom is loving the whole. Know and love your shadow. You have unlimited potential. The road ahead leads to many destinations. Okay, so the meaning. The second of the 8 primary reasons for being is to acquire wisdom. While a person can have great knowledge, if they have no understanding, that knowledge will not make them wise. An individual may possess a great capability to retain facts and information, but lack of the ability to truly process what they've learned. Some people say wisdom cannot be learned from a book. It is something that is learned through experience. True wisdom is born of understanding our experiences. Wisdom stems from learning from one's successes and mistakes, one's trials and adventures, one's gains and one's losses. Wisdom is born of awareness and discernment that allows you to judge the best course of action. In most situations, wisdom is the application of knowledge, logic, and common sense. Wisdom is the synthesis of the external information acquired via personal experience and learning. It comes from using logic, emotion, and intuition to analyze and understand, to discern the truth, to grow in awareness, and then use that knowledge to find our place and purpose within the universe, and to give life a good and productive purpose. Okay, not as long as I thought it was going to be, because then there's past, present, and future, and we're just drawing one card. So Aries, I hope this helps you. Remember that these things are temporary, and I know it's going to seem like a long time because Mars is in retrograde until January. But this is just an invitation to ask you to learn what you need to learn, to go inside, and we're already like in the northern hemisphere anyway. We're in that fall season where everything's just starting to sink down and get ready to go dormant, right, for the year. So that's the reflection. That's a reflection season where you're thinking about what's going on, how are things progressing for my life. What happened through the last year, the last 5 years, the last 10 years? What lessons can I learn from that? And so I think this is just a really good setup for you going inside, asking yourself those important questions, doing the animus work, so to speak, and saying, hey, this happened. Why did it happen? When's the last time it happened? When's the first time it happened? Is this a pattern I want to keep in my life, or how can I change it? How can I transform it? How can I alchemize this, right? So all in all, I think it's going to be a good, safe, hunkered down winter for Aries. It's just an internal process. And I think the springtime will bring something a little different. Something Aries isn't used to. But it's definitely green and growing. So I hope this helps, Aries. Deep breaths. It's going to be okay. Take care.